Hey everyone. I didn't time that correctly. Hello there. Phil here. Welcome to Friday night. It's another live draw with me and you. You're here too. This is pretty great. Um, I was out visiting a friend and watching old cartoons, which was great. It's a great way to spend a Friday. Um, and now I'm home. I kind of rushed home to get here for the live stream. So I'm just a couple minutes late tonight. I apologize for that. Um, but I'm here now. So thanks so much for being here at the top of the hour. Just want to say thank you for being here and supporting, whether that be on YouTube or Facebook. Really, really, truly appreciate that. I'd like to call out Ryan Shaver, who is one of my top tier patrons on patreon.com. That's one of the perks for the top tier members is I give them a shout out during my live stream videos. So shout out to Ryan Shaver. Thank you so much for your support as always. And thanks to everybody on Patreon who supports me in any capacity. Thank you so much for that. It's huge. I really appreciate it. The goal for me is to get to a point where I can be doing this full time. Full time. Oh, hey, Lindsay is here. Lindsay Huckabee is here. Hello. Yes, those of you that are watching live, you get the added bonus of interacting. So that's part of what I love doing about these live streams. Yes, I do get some drawing done. I don't get a ton of drawing because I'm, kind of here with you guys. But it's a nice social hour where I get to be a little bit social and a little bit creative. And years ago, back in 2020, I was doing a little live stream show during the height of the pandemic. I did it every day for 72 days in a row, if you can believe that. 72 days in a row. It was insane. Some of you who are here tonight know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, that was a lot of fun, and it was I was sad to see it go. I had other things come up, so it wasn't something I could continue doing. But this has sort of given me vibes of that time in our lives. I really enjoyed the social aspect of that. Hey, Laura's here. Laura liked that show. Thank you, Laura. It was a lot of fun, right? And that sounds so extroverted. Okay, so you know what? Since you said that, Lindsay, I kind of have to say this at the top of the hour. I don't claim to be an extrovert, which may surprise some of you to hear me say that. Um, I don't think of myself as an extrovert. I really don't. And most of the time, I'm here alone. Most of the time, it's just me and my cat. And I do have friends. I do visit people, but it's not very frequent. And most of the time, I just kind of like am at home and I'm creating something, and that's how I have fun. I'm a cheap date, as it were. So you know, oh, Lindsay says I know. Okay, you know that I'm an introvert. Well, I guess I don't hide it that well then. Maybe I thought I did, but maybe I don't hide it all that well. Um, so if you're new to this live stream, I do this every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So mark your calendars. I don't plan on missing many of them or any of them. And what I do is I sit here and I turn on my light box and and work on a little bit of my animated cartoon that I'm currently producing. Get a little bit of progress made. I answer some questions from y'all. So feel free, if you are watching this live, you are absolutely encouraged to interact and chat and ask me questions, and hopefully I'll get to all of them. Some people have even taken this opportunity to work on their own creative projects alongside of me, and then I'm just kind of keeping you company while you're working on your thing, which I think is really great. So I would love that if this turned into an hour where everybody kind of just collaboratively works on their own thing together and kept each other company. I think that would be fantastic. So we had a special day when I was doing the pandemic show. It was work in progress Wednesdays. So on Wednesdays, I would encourage anybody that was working on something, if it was like needlepoint or if they were drawing something or whatever, I encouraged them they would send me their photos of those things, and then I would broadcast those photos live on the show, and we would all kind of, be encouraging to the person in whatever project they were working on. So, I don't know if we're going to do that again, but in the spirit of work in progress Wednesdays, I would encourage you to be working on your work in progress projects. It's a lot of words that sounded like word salad. Laura is asking me, did you get any storms yesterday here in is MS Mississippi? I think it is, right? We had a rude awakening this morning. I did not. There were no storms here. Oh, Lindsay says I can totally have something fun for next week. Oh, yes, please do. There weren't any storms here yesterday, but there were storms in Texas yesterday, just not in Austin. North of me, I think closer to the Dallas region, there was hail. I believe there were hailstorms. And hey, Brit's here. I miss whatever this is in Work in Progress Wednesdays. Yes, the live stream was called Whatever This Is, and Work in Progress Wednesdays was Wednesdays. Hey, if you're watching this, please give me a thumbs up. And if you really want to help me out, you'll give me a thumbs up on YouTube, where this is also broadcasting, because I am trying to reach the masses. And believe it or not, doing little free things like watching this, and by clicking thumbs up and by commenting and sharing, all of those free things you can do don't cost you a darn thing other than a couple clicks of the mouse. It actually goes quite a ways, so thank you for that. We had some nasty hail just south of Dallas this week. Yeah, I saw pictures of the hail. It was pretty terrifying how big they were. They look like they could really damage a car. So I'm gonna get started here. I'm gonna turn some music on. Feel free to keep conversing in the chat. I will check on that periodically. I'm gonna go close my bathroom door over there because that looks really weird. And yes, now you know where my bathroom is. All right, gonna get this going here. I am working on a walk cycle right now. I think I mentioned this walk cycle last week. This is a tricky one. So this walk is I've got a character who is walking from the foreground to the background. Or actually, I was going to be showing you how it's going to look. They will start here and then they will end up here. So they're going to start real big and end up smaller to medium sized. Moving in dimensional space, as it were. It's not something that I have a lot of practice doing. And so it is kind of taking me a significant amount of time to make it happen, but that's okay. Actually, I might be able to show you. So this is kind of cool. I can give you a little bit of insider look at what I'm doing here. So this stack of paper where you can see like a bunch of concentric circles, those circles are the character's head. So what I'm doing, I planned out his head movements, and then I played that back on my program. And as long as the head movements looked like I could sort of envision a body attached, then that told me I had the correct placement of his head. Now I'm just going back onto all those floating heads, and I'm drawing the body on each one. But I have to, of course, he's walking, so I have to draw the arms and legs moving appropriately. So it's really challenging because I'm moving him backwards in space, and I'm drawing him from behind. And the part of it that is a cheat, it's not really a cheat, but I call it that, is he is speaking in this part, but you don't see his mouth because we're looking at the back of his head. That doesn't mean it's any easier for me to do the animation because I'm still drawing all this crazy walking stuff. So I'm getting away with not showing his mouth, but at the same time, I'm doing all this other physical stuff. So, it's a cheat, but it also is not a cheat at the same time. If any of that made sense. feel free to let me know. Or if it sounds like I'm merely rambling like a mad person, that's okay too, because, well, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I'm just trying to get my frames figured out here as to where I'm starting. I think I've already got the right one. It would have been really smart of me to number all of those. That would have been a genius plan. And yet, here we are. I did not do that. But luckily for me, there are only so many circles that make sense to go into this next sequence. So I think I'm okay. I'm going to show you some of the drawings that I already did leading up to today. And then I'll get started. I'm a little bit behind because, again, I was out with a friend and we were hanging out and watching cartoons like two grown adults. So here's a drawing that is in mid walk. He's got his arm up because he's about to greet one of the other employees, the main character. He's about to greet him by slapping him on the back. So that's what this is building up towards. So I've got a few frames. Here's one where he has his hair. I didn't have that drawing, wasn't completed, but there you go. There's like a drawing of him standing there with his hand extended. So that's what I'm working on right now. And some of these are numbered. I had the foresight to do it a little bit. That was nice of me. I'm so glad I did that for myself. Thinking about future Phil. That's what I got to do sometimes. You got to think about future Phil and how he's going to appreciate this later on. There we go. That one's numbered. That one's numbered. Okay, I think I'm all back in business now, so that's good. So now that I know I've got that going, I've got my new paper sitting up here. I'm all set there. Traveling to the next dimension. Yes, indeed. It makes total sense. You might still be a mad person, though. The best people are. Yes, it's very true, said Alice. Scarily enough, I could follow what you were saying. Well, I was trying to make it followable, so it's not that scary. But thank you. I got a little bit of music to play in the background tonight. I'm going to do that. This is some supposedly copyright-free music that was provided to me by the good folks at YouTube. I'm hoping that this will make it so that I don't get flagged yet again. So I can't guarantee the music's going to be very memorable, but maybe it'll be good. Let's listen to it together. He's not a mad person. He's perfectly sane in a wolf gone mad. I think you mean world. Yes, that is the quote. That is the quote. Yeah, please send me some good stuff. That's good. Please do. Would love that. Let's get going. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm excited. Let's make it happen. Making it happen tonight. It's exciting stuff. My Ninja Turtle shirt on. It's as low as I can lower my camera. If you're wondering what I'm looking at my reference. I've got reference images on my computer to kind of remind me of what I'm trying to do. I do want to point out that if you may recall, I was working on skipping animation. I was working on a character skipping across the screen. I actually completed that, and the unedited skipping, which means I don't have the character in front of a background. I don't have anything else in the foreground. It's just the character skipping. That is currently available to see to my patrons. So if you end up becoming a Patreon patron, one of the perks you'll be able to do is watch animation before anybody else. So consider checking that out if you can do it. You can also follow me for free on Patreon and get some of the posts. It's not bad. This is sort of generic Muzak kind of stuff, but I don't particularly mind it. It's got a little bit of a memorable quality to it. It's not bad. I don't know. What do you guys think about this music? I think it's all right. It's okay. Missing out on your comments, I'm sure. Let's see what we got going on here. Sounds like music from an independent game. Yeah, it does, kind of. I think generic music can be good for the situation, since I know I would otherwise get too easily distracted by the music itself instead of working. I agree, Laura. I think that's a really good point. And I think in this case, I don't mind the generic music. I don't mind it either. Let's see. Good stuff. I like it. It's like just enough. It's like just enough music. rather enjoyed that little song. I rather enjoyed that song. Oh, this is such a challenge. I'm gonna feel so good when I get this done because it's like figuring it out is like so many elements for me to keep in mind. I don't think it's working yet. Yeah, that's working. Gotta get looser with these drawings and not get so precious with them. I don't know if that's working. I don't know. Let's see how my friends in chat are doing. How's people in chat doing? I need music when I'm working on something creative, otherwise I go insane. I can go either way. And by that I don't mean insane or sane. I mean I can go either way. Like, I can not have music and it's okay. How long does it take to scan in a series of sketches when you've completed a cycle? Is there a reason you prefer working in hard copy instead of digitally? Those are really good questions, and they're also very big questions. So I'm going to attempt to answer them slowly while I'm working. How long does it take to scan in a series of sketches? The scanner itself, I mean, it slows my momentum down for sure. I don't know. It's several minutes. I guess it's like a couple minutes per drawing, but then I go in and I align it on the computer with everything else. So that takes time to do. It's definitely the much more time-consuming way to do things, but I like looking at paper. I like having something tactile in front of me. I feel more connected to my drawing this way. That's to answer your question. That's really the reason. I like things to be. I don't want to look at a screen all the time. I don't want to be staring at a screen all the time. That's part of it also. It's just my way of like kind of getting away from that a little bit, getting away from screen time. That's really the reason. I like not looking at a screen. I like having the paper in front of me. I like being able to flip the drawings. I don't want everything to be a digital thing. It's hard to explain, but I also fell in love with paper drawing as a kid, and this makes me feel connected to all of those feelings as well. I don't think drawing digitally would ever get me there. Personally, I don't think it would. So that's the best answer I can give you on that. I think it's a pretty good answer. Let's see. That's the answer I've got. I mean, I don't really have any, not really a way around that. It's just, that's the reason. That's it. I'm aware it takes longer. I mean, in some senses, I think it there's some things about drawing on paper that I feel like is quicker in the sense that my reaction is quicker to what I'm looking at than I would be on a computer. I feel like I can make changes a little bit easier. This is just how I feel about it. I could be wrong, but that's just, I don't really want to invest time and energy into acclimating myself to a different way of drawing. I don't really want to do that. I feel like I already have I'm already comfortable in that zone. Why would I want to relearn everything? It's like saying learn how to walk again. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just walk. I'd rather just make stuff. Personally. Hopefully that answers your question. Got a little bit of jazz playing now. I got to turn the music up again. You're welcome. Thanks for the question. I'm not bothered by the question. I think it's a good question. It's a question that I think is probably the one that people are wondering the most. Just because there are so many tools available now, why would anybody want to go traditional, I guess, is the question. I also think there's something kind of great about it being a bunch of drawings, and at the end of the day, like, that's what I'm left with is a bunch of drawings, and it's tangible, it's real. If my power goes out, I still have my drawings. It's like I'm left with something real. I'm not left with something I have to go and make prints of, or it's tied to reality for me, I guess, is another way to look at it. It's tied to reality for me. Whatever reality is, when we get all existential, I guess we can do that too. I'm going to play that song again because that was just like really fun. I enjoyed that. Everyone has their preferences and their reasons, and they are all valid points. Yes, except for the ones that are wrong. Never forget that. Yes, it's very important. I say that in jest. Please know. Please know that I'm saying that in jest. I don't want to have to explain myself on that one. Where was I? What was I working on? Okay, so that was on the bottom. So that was on the bottom. Right. Right, so this is that. Okay. And then that is... Oh, goodness gracious. This stuff like breaks my brain sometimes. Okay, that works. And that would be back that way. Right. Okay. So this is pulling the leg back. Right. Okay, now I know where I'm at. Well, I enjoyed that. That's going to have to be part of my regular music, I think. That's great. Oh, I remember this song. I remember not liking this song. I guess I'll let it play for a little while, but I don't think I like this one. trying to reverse engineer a walk right now, and like it is really messing with me a lot. It's messing with me a lot. This is such a hard thing to do. Holy crap. It's really messing with me. Oh, that sounds awful. We're just gonna loop this music. That sounded horrible. Holy crap. Okay. All right. I gotta mark this one. Yeah, that doesn't look right. I gotta fix that. Well, I hope I can pull this off. This is crazy. Tune in next week for our next harrowing adventure. Can Phil pull off this walk in the span of 1 week? Only time will tell. Same Phil time, same Phil channel. I hope we can pull this off. Well, once I scan everything and I play it back, I'll definitely know if it's working or not. That's for darn sure. That's going to be interesting, is seeing how all this works together or it doesn't work together. But then I'll just go ahead and fix it at that point. So it's just going to be a little bit of a challenge in the meantime. That's okay. I love a good challenge. If I can pull this off, I'm going to be very, very happy. Why did I do this to myself? You may be wondering. I don't know. I thought it would be very interesting to look at. That's why I choose things to draw and animate, is I think it would be interesting to look at. I think that's what you're supposed to do. But of course, when you do that, you self-impose challenges that, like, no one's making me do this challenge. No one's saying I have to do it this way. I'm saying that. But I know that if I can do it, it's going to be 10 times more rewarding than if I just have the character walk in sideways or off screen from sideways. How is that doing anything? That's not exciting. Why would I just do that? I already have another character coming in from sideways. I should have them coming in different directions. That's how I think about it. It's more interesting that way. But then when it's more interesting, it's more figuring to do. And if you haven't done it before, then it becomes a real challenge. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm dealing with. I kind of have to do these drawings that are very sort of generic and not even really looking like my characters. But I'm just sort of like doing these sort of. This is like a mid walk. I got to trim this down. This is not what it's going to look like when it's done. But I have to sort of. I have to do it this way because this is the only way I can really think to do it. But then I can go back and I can refine it later. That's the whole thing. Let's see if I missed some chats. Spoiler alert! Yes, he can. Well, thank you. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of walk cycles? The shadow knows. Did I read that appropriately? Was that what we wanted to do? Pretty good music tonight, I would say. Pretty good music tonight. Got a few more minutes left in the hour. I'm going to attempt to do one more, or at least start one more. I'm going to attempt it. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to attempt it because here's what's going to happen. I wanted to take a few moments tonight. Let me kill my music for just a second here. I wanted to take a few moments tonight to talk to you guys about a little something happening at the end of this month, and I almost forgot to do this, and I don't want to forget this because this is very important. I need to bring up another window so I can get my dates correctly. Here, something I wanted to talk to you guys about happening. Super awesome. That's very important. Let me just pull this up. Yep. This should be the 24th and the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Next weekend, there's a good chance I will actually have to not do a live stream next weekend. There's a chance. I'm going to try to do it anyway. But the reason why I'm saying there's a chance I can't do it next weekend is because next weekend is the Greater Austin Comic-Con happening here in Austin, Texas. Actually, it's happening in Cedar Park, which is northwest of Austin. Well, the reason I'm bringing up the Greater Austin Comic-Con is because I'm going to be among the people who will be conducting panels. I'll be hosting some panels, and there's going to be a lot of great people at this event, by the way. Lots of great celebrities. Check out, I think it's just GreaterAustinComicCon.com. Let me just make sure I'm not saying that wrong. No, that's the Ticketmaster website. Where's the actual GreaterAustinComicCon.com? That's it. That's the website. June 24th and June 25th. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, or if you pay for VIP entry, you'll be able to come in at 9:30 a.m. But we're going to have James Hong and George Takai, hopefully I said his name right, a number of other celebrities as well, including there's a VIP experience on the website for the Thundercats, and I'm so excited about this because I'm going to be hosting the Thundercats / Silverhawks voice actor panel, which is super exciting. Turn that off right there. And basically, I'm beyond excited to be able to talk with Larry Kenney again, the voice of Lion-O. Lynn Lipton is going to be there as well, and I'm trying to remember who the third individual is. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but it's super exciting to be able to do this because the last time I spoke with Larry Kenney, voice of Lion-O, was for Stay Tuned Live, and that was a couple years ago. So it's just I haven't hosted a event. I should say not me exclusively. I'm one of many hosts. But I haven't done this since I think it was March, and so this is the next in the lineup, and I'm just really excited about it. I hope you guys can come out. Laura said, "I wish I could be there. It's a bit far for me. Have an amazing time." Yes, I'm aware. If you're not in this area, It's a bit of a hike, but definitely worth going. It's a really great show. It's going to be at the HEB Center, which is this really great stadium, indoor stadium. They host like hockey games, and I've seen the Cirque du Soleil shows there. Uh, it's great stuff, and there's a lot of wonderful people who are involved in the Greater Austin Comic Con who are helping and volunteering. So if you can come out, I would highly encourage it. There's lots of panels. There's going to be costume contests. There's going to be a big event, I think Friday night, happening at Pinballs, the location off of Route or Interstate 183. That is a wonderful place to go, by the way. Pinballs, if you haven't been to it, it's an amazing arcade. They have 3 locations, maybe 4 locations, but I know for sure there's 3 locations. But their giant location is the one that we're going to be at, and there's going to be all kinds of like karaoke and just different events, contests, and things like that. It's really going to be a great time. So that's next weekend. I know they want me to come help out on Friday to help set things up. If I can help them set up and then leave and come back home to do a live stream, if I can, I will do that. So you can just put me as a maybe for next Friday for live streaming. I'm going to try to make it, though. If I can't, let's just say this. If I can't do that, I will at least have my phone with me, and I'll do a little bit of live stream walking around the festivities. I will at least do that if I can't be here to do a live draw. So that's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thank you, Samantha Roby, for saying they're lucky to have me. I appreciate that. I feel very fortunate to be included with them and what they're doing. I think this is great. I'm just beyond excited to be able to meet the voices from Thundercats. I was a huge Thundercats fan growing up. I still am a huge Thundercats fan. Never stopped being a huge Thundercats fan. But now I get to go and talk with the Thundercats, and anybody who comes in to watch that panel, you can get your questions answered by them. I'll just be the one hosting and holding the microphone, but as many questions from the audience as we can get, that's the goal. So very exciting time. I'd like to thank everybody once again for being here for this live draw. I'm working on some very difficult stuff for me right now. This is very challenging. So thank you for bearing with me as I'm pushing myself through it. I hope on the other side I've got some a little bit more relaxed animation to do. But in the meantime, it's really cool to be able to do something that I've never done before. I keep trying to put different things like that in front of me, different challenges. And I think the great thing about that is for an audience member, for me, obviously it's good because I get to develop. But for you, it's great. And I guess for me as an audience member as well, because I'll be watching it too. It's nice to look at a bunch of different things. I don't like animation where there's not a lot of animation, if that explains my position on the subject. Anyway, it's been an hour. I'm going to go eat something, and you guys have a wonderful night. As always, please like and subscribe on YouTube if you would be so kind. It means a lot to me. If you're on Facebook watching, please, thumbs up or heart or all that good stuff, and share this video with people if you think they would like it. And then if you aren't already, I've got 2 other places where you hook up with me. I have a email newsletter that I send out. If you want to sign up for that, you can either just send me a private message and I'll get you hooked up, or if you are a go-getter, you can go to philmachi.com, and at the very top where there's a news section, you can just sign up right there. And Patreon, if you would be so kind, at the very minimum, give me a follow on Patreon, which is free to do. If you're not keen on throwing money my way, you can follow me there. I appreciate that as well. But of course, if you feel like going above and beyond, I've got the links below. You can go to Patreon and do that, or you can do my virtual tip jar. It is appreciated, anything that you decide to toss my way. Thanks again, guys. I will see you next week, whether it be at the convention or here. I'll try to do some kind of live stream. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Keep those eyeballs peeled, those ears open, and stay tuned for more next week. Take care.